let's have a look at why people invest in property. I don't actually believe, and I often have this argument, and sometimes people think I'm being a bit silly. I often have this argument where people say, I know, and I've been a property investor now for just nudging 22 years. I don't necessarily like property. That's not why I invest in property. It's about what it can do for me. It's the money that it can bring. It's paying for the school fees. It's the cars. It's paying for mortgages. It's all that sort of stuff. It certainly isn't. It's about developing lifestyle. And as I'm getting a little bit older, it's now about also retirement planning as well. So I don't believe that people buy property because they like property. Anyway, that's just a theory that I have. They're buying it for what it can do for you. So if you're actually out there and you're promoting all the services around how great this property is, as part of your business development or as part of your new business strategy, maybe change that a little bit to what is the property doing? How does it help you leverage? And how does it, whether it's tax or whether it's, and the one that always got me whenever I deal with clients, and again, back in the agency day, when I'd sit down with a client and I'd say to them, tell me a little bit about when your kids go to high school, how will you be paying the school fees? For a decent private school, if that's what you're wanting for your children, it's anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000 per year per student. So where does that money come from? So that was one of the triggers that I would always use. If I had clients that had young kids, I'd always talk to them about school fees. So if you're having a look at your investor client now, let's just, what I'll get you to do is just write a name of a client down, one of your landlords who's an investor. And I'll talk about the difference between an investor and a property owner in a second, but ask yourself these questions. Why have they invested? And in your agency, are you answering these questions? So on your website, in the, do you have an investor? Firstly, do you have an investor section? Secondly, are you answering questions around the investment component of what solutions you're providing to investors? So there's this one here, point 4. Do they even know that you exist? So how do you go about promoting yourself? And if it's just on Facebook and you're getting 5 likes or 6 likes, gone are the days where Facebook is a free forum. You now need to actually pay for those services. What are the services that you're offering, and are they in alignment with what the client's looking for and their expectations? And here's the next point as well. When you're actually bringing on a new investor, make sure you set the relationship up properly from the start. What do I mean by that? Ask them where they're heading. Find out where that investor's heading, not necessarily where they are today, but look at what services do they need in the future. And I often refer to clients that I started out selling them one investment property, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 properties down the track. It was really easy for me to actually build that relationship with them, because when we were talking about the one investment property, we talked about the 2 years, talked about the 3 years, talked about the 5 years. What does it look like? What does their portfolio look like in 10 years' time? And then where do I fit in, and how do I go about getting them and helping them through that?